Hello, my friends, and welcome. I'm so glad you're here today because what we're going to talk about is something that touches every single one of us each and every single day. So let me take you back for a moment. I was sitting in a restaurant with family and friends. The waiter came by and asked if we were ready to order. Some of us were ready, some of us were not. And so the waiter suggested appetizers, maybe something to hold us over while we decide. Well, one person at the table kept looking at the menu saying, "Oh my God, everything looks so good. I can't decide." And meanwhile, my stomach was growling, and in my head I was like, please just choose something already. Anyway, we finally ate, we laughed, and we had an amazing time. And then we left. But later that night, I found myself thinking about the outing. And that moment at the restaurant reminded me of something bigger, much bigger. It reminded me of how much of our lives revolve around choices and decisions each and every day. And while we sometimes use those two words as if they mean the same thing, they don't. Those two words, they don't really mean the same thing. Because you see, a choice and a decision may look similar on the surface, but when you peel back the layers, there's a world of difference between the two of them. Because a choice is often about preference. You know, a choice, it's lighter, it's easier, and oftentimes it's less demanding. Like choosing between coffee or tea, or scrolling through Netflix and asking, what should I watch tonight? But a decision, oh, that's heavier. A decision, it carries weight because it involves thought, it requires intention, and sometimes it involves risk. A decision is like choosing where to invest your savings, whether to accept a marriage proposal or not, whether to change careers or to move to another city or country. You see, decisions also have long-term consequences, and sometimes they change the direction of our lives completely. So here's a way to think about it. If options are still available on the table, you're not making a decision, you're still making a choice. But once you take away the other options, once you commit and accept the outcome, then that's a decision. And decisions, unlike choices, requires courage. Oh yes, decisions require courage because with them, there's more at stake. Now, choices aren't insignificant because even small ones can ripple into our lives in ways we don't always expect. Choosing to eat a healthy breakfast can give you the energy and focus you need for the entire day. And also choosing to wear an outfit that makes you feel confident might shift the way you carry yourself in every interaction that day. So hey, little choices can shape our moods, our attitudes, and even opportunities. But decisions, oh, they carve paths. They write chapters, and sometimes they even rewrite the entire story. And that's why it's so important to understand the difference. A choice is usually short-term, often reversible. For example, if you chose the wrong meal, you can always order something else different the next time. But a decision is a long-term choice. Sometimes it's irreversible. Because once you decide to move across the country, to marry someone, or change your career, the ripple effects can last years or even a lifetime. I once read that many of our choices and decisions happen not only on a conscious level, but also on a subconscious one. For example, have you ever set your alarm for a certain time and then found yourself awake just before it rings? Almost as if your body or mind decided to wake up all on its own. Well, that's how powerful the subconscious can be. It makes choices and even decisions before we're fully aware of them. Now here's something to think about. Even the decision to remain uninformed is a choice. Oh yes. The decision to remain uninformed or ignorant in an area that you don't have to is also a choice, and not a wise choice. especially in today's world where information is everywhere. Because let me tell you, any area of your life that you're ignorant in has the potential to cause you great unnecessary pain, suffering, and heartache. And the truth is, ignorance, oh, it's expensive. Ignorance is expensive. Whatever area you ignore or refuse to learn about, that's usually the area where you'll end up struggling the most. But on the flip side, knowledge, it empowers us. It gives us tools. It helps us make better decisions. And here's where wisdom comes in. Wisdom is realizing that every choice and every decision comes with a cost. Sometimes it's time, sometimes it's your money, sometimes it's opportunity. But there's always a cost. And we are the only ones responsible for how we spend that cost. However, the beautiful part is we all have the power to choose. And we all have the power to decide. And that's not something to take lightly. Because every day, in small and big ways, we are shaping our lives with the decisions we commit to and the choices we allow ourselves to make. So when you are faced with that fork in the road, whether it's something small like what to wear, or something big like where to invest your energy, your money, or your love, take a breath and ask yourself, is this a choice or is this a decision? Because choices will color your days, but the decisions, oh, they will shape your future. And that's really the heart of it. Choices gives us variety. Decisions gives us direction, and we need both. But the more intentional we are, the better our lives begin to align with our values, with our goals, and the vision we hold for ourselves. So my hope for you, and really for all of us, is that we don't just drift through life making choices out of habits or decisions out of fear. Instead, may we pause, may we reflect and choose wisely. May we decide intentionally. And may we always remember that even when life feels uncertain, or even when the menu feels overwhelming, that there is great power in the decisions we dare to make. So let me leave you with this question to think about. What's one choice in your life right now that needs to become a decision? And how might that decision shape your life tomorrow? Please share your thoughts, and bye for now.